when I when I be like, oh, these guys are wearing dresses. Everybody's like, oh, he keeps talking about people wearing dresses. No, it's
That
not.
is a weird thing.
It's not like that. Look at it from a different way. Look at it. Show me one person that ever wore a dress in Hollywood unsuccessfully. That's how you understand what a ritual is.
Because I've been on y'all asses to make this amount of money. And this black man, baby,
Yes.
has paid it to me.
Larenz Tate, yeah, that Lorenz, used to be untouchable in black Hollywood. Back in the 90s, whenever he stepped on screen, it was lights out for everybody else. From hard-hitting street films to swoon-worthy romance flicks, dude wasn't just acting.
That's crazy. Oh, wow. I'm gonna look, you have to give me a minute. That's, I'm, speechless actually, because it doesn't feel like that long ago, but I guess so, because, fans of that movie have really supported, and it is kind of moved from generation to generation. I have kids now, and like they are aware of Menace to Society. They know all about that, and it's just, wow. I just think that the message behind the film was just so strong. Getting to see what the inner city life for young black males were like, and seeing some of the challenges and a lot of the things that they were going through. It really resonates today. I think some of the similar things, unfortunately, haven't changed in certain cases, but to be able to see that movie, to see people continue to celebrate it, really is touching, and it means a lot to me. It's the movie that really, I think, was the catalyst to my film career. Certainly was Menace to Society. So I'm grateful.
He was owning the scene every single time. He had that rare mix, leading man looks, raw talent, and that natural charisma that couldn't be taught. People loved him. He was that guy women crushed on and men respected. But out of nowhere, things shifted. His shine didn't vanish overnight, though. It faded slow, like someone dimmed the spotlight little by little while nobody noticed. And now, folks been quietly asking for years, what really happened to Larenz Tate?
Look how many people after Pac played Bishop who was like, oh my God, he's really Bishop. You get me?
All the niggas around said Pac kind of got lost in the character.
Exactly, because I kind of said the same thing a little bit, because if you notice who my was before that, and then you play this role, like, this is gonna start testing you. How many really thought Lorenz was old dog? Yeah, and you walk up to Lorenz and you be like, what the f?
Hey, listen to me, man. When I first got in the business, 06, 07, man, I really thought everybody was the same. I had no idea that everybody wasn't like this. No. I really thought, because every song, when I was doing it, it wasn't like the song. I didn't hear Compton's Most Wanted and start selling dope. I was selling dope listening to Compton's Most Wanted.
Exactly.
I didn't put in work because Cube said put in work. I was putting in work, listening to Cube, going to bus song, whatever we was doing. So when I got into business, it was strange to listen to people talk, and it was like, wait a minute, like, this is not this? And then like Dub C had to set me down, man. It was a crazy conversation. I was like, holy shit. Because why would I know? And I'm not blaming the rapper, right? I'm not blaming anybody, because this is entertainment. Like, if I was ignorant enough to think Arnold Schwarzenegger was a Terminator, that could be considered my fault. But at the same time, I'm not that crazy. It's people who don't have the IQ or information to decipher that this person may not be like this. Like, this is what you told me, I believe you. So I'm expecting it to be this way.
Oh, bro, that's what how many naive out there right now believe Suki be eating asses?
I thought she did. I
You
don't know.
get
This
me?
little whore is nasty as a mouse.
Tell you the truth, I'm like, do she really eat asses? Like, is she? Because I know some nasty broads. Yeah, no. So I'm like,
damn, she started rapping.
Like, hey, if she rapping it, maybe she really get down like she live.
Yeah, and I don't even know if that's comparing gangster rap
Oh, it's the same.
You know, to what they doing, yeah, it is the same.
Because it's a lot of who will say I'm a hard and I claim this and I'm from this and I'm from that.
And I would say with gangster rappers, they have a tendency to embellish the facts a little bit more, but it's still a fact. I don't think you could be sweet, probably purebred at the crib, then get on the record talk about eating people's ass and sucking their balls.
It's still are not gangsters, but they might make gangster rap. That is actually more that are not gang members that make gangster rap than there are that are gang members that make gangster rap.
How did someone with that much momentum just stop being Hollywood's go-to? It don't add up. But here's where it gets juicy. Tyler Perry steps into the frame, a straight-up mogul in the industry. No debate. But let's keep it real. His name comes with some serious whispers, side eyes, industry tension. And when you throw Katt Williams into the mix, oh yeah, things start heating all the way up. Now we're really about to peel back the curtain. Katt Williams has been out here saying the quiet part loud. He's calling out the hidden rules of Hollywood, the kind of stuff that's never printed in contracts, but runs the whole game behind the scenes.
He's got the whole world in his hands. Got the whole world in his hands. Hey, I'm just sitting here on my porch, just looking. What am I looking at? I'm looking to the hills from whence cometh my help. For my help? Some of y'all know the rest. I just wanted to come on and just tell everybody, just be as calm as you can.
And what he's been hinting at might be the missing link between Tyler Perry's influence, Larenz Tate's silence, and a whole mess of industry secrets no one's brave enough to expose. Let's rewind. Back in the 90s, Lorenz was everywhere. Menace to Society, Dead Presidents, Love Jones, us classics. And he wasn't just acting, he was setting trends and shifting culture. Women loved him. Men tried to move like him.
I guess for me, it just felt like I shared with people, as I went through my depression, it felt like I was drowning. I shared with them, it just felt like I was drowning and thousands of people got to watch me drown every day. And it's just like, I couldn't come out. I couldn't come out. What helped you come out?
I never had depression. What happened to me at 50, and holding all of this up to, if you look at Netflix and Disney and all of these people, those are conglomerates with shareholders and, thousands of people invested. I'm one man running a 330-acre studio where the light bill is always over $100,000 and the water bill is always $50,000, and where there's almost a $200 million payroll with actors and everybody every year. One man holding the weight and the pressure of that. And then drowning, constantly having to drown out the noise and the foolishness. And constantly, I was just in prayer all the time. Okay, God, how do I move through this? Because when you've been given a seat like this, it is so important that you honor it. Like, I'm not one of those people that can sleep when I do things wrong. I honor it. I honor everybody who comes through this door. I honor every actor and every actress, because if somebody comes to you with their dreams in their hands, and you take advantage of that, that is evil. So I was feeling the weight of all of that, because when you carry it right and honor it, it can isolate you. It can put you in the back and on your heels, because you know that you can't go out and hang out and have a good time and have parties. You can't do any of that stuff because you're honoring it.
Right.
And I found myself sitting at 50 going, what happened to your life? You've been honoring it so much and holding the weight of this thing, man. That thing got so heavy on me that I said, I've got to get some help.
I know I was reading somewhere you were saying that when your mom passed away.
That was, yeah.
That's when you started drinking heavily. Is that how you, because see, I would say some people, mask it by drinking, some people do it with drugs. I did mine by, hey Tyler, can we do another play? Hey Tyler, can we do some episodes? So was yours primarily just drinking?
If my mother, when she died, if I didn't have contracts, if I didn't have obligations that were years out that I had to do, my life would have been very different right now. Because I started drinking a lot. Like, I'll have a drink now and then, but I was drinking a lot because I've never felt that kind of pain. And also understanding that feeling of I am alone.
That was
for
your
the first
security.
time in my life. Yeah, I am by myself on this planet. I will never have that kind of love again. I will never know that kind of love again. And I am by myself holding all of this stuff up. Yeah. So I'll tell you what I did, which nobody knows. This summer, for the first time, there was an intensive therapy session in Arizona that I went to. I spent 7 days, 10 hours a day with therapists. For the first time, I'm sitting with therapists and having these conversations. First of all, I was so exhausted, I thought, what else are you gonna do? Because I was about to.
And you sounded, it's like I call you, hey bro.
Yeah, man.
I'm done.
I was exhausted. I was ready to walk away from it all. I was just tired of holding everything and holding everybody up. But going into this intensive 7 days a week, 10 hours a day with all of these different therapists. And before you go in, you do these hundreds of pages of questionnaires.
Really?
So they have a very clear idea of who you are mentally when you walk in the door. So you can't fool them at all. When you walk in the door, they know who you are.
Yeah.
So
they double know who you are. It's like
and in that this program is designed to help you walk through the traumas. And I didn't even realize how many traumas I had experienced, because what we do as men, you get up and you go on.
Yeah.
And we don't realize that every time we just get up and go on, we have a trauma. It's like we've taken a 50-pound weight and put it in our soul.
Our trauma center.
To keep walking. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Every director wanted him on set because Larenz always pulled up locked in. No games, just pure talent and presence. By the late 90s, everybody thought he was next in line. Denzel, Will, then Lorenz. He had all the right pieces. The look, the skill, the respect, the edge. But when the 2000s hit, that energy vanished. No premieres, no big interviews, no blockbuster headlines, just silence.
I gotta tell y'all how I'm walking on this goddamn stage right now. See, when I saw that nigga on Club Shake Shack, when I saw that nigga say, boy, I said, nigga. When I saw that stand up and say, boy, I popped my blood. I said, I got to play with this nigga. And I called him up. And I said, hey, I just got a call to let you know how proud I am of your ass standing the way you standing. I'm so proud of your goddamn ass. I don't even know what to tell you. I just want to hug your little ass. You around here changing all across the world. I can't wait till we can play together. And then that said, Monique, when would you like to play?
His name stopped getting mentioned with Hollywood's top-tier black legends, and folks started asking questions, but never too loud. It's like he got boxed out, but no one knew why. So what really happened to Larenz Tate? Right when Larenz Tate's glow started to dim, someone else was catching fire, fast. Tyler Perry wasn't just making noise, he was taking over. Started with those church-packed stage plays, then boom, he flipped the game. From DVD sales to full-blown Hollywood blockbusters, Perry built an entire empire, and Medea was riding shotgun the whole way. Billion-dollar moves, total control. But let's not act like it was all love. With Perry's rise came a lot of side eyes. People were watching, and some started noticing a pattern that didn't sit right. It wasn't just about who worked with him, it was about who didn't. Actors who didn't follow his rules or who dared to challenge him didn't just fall out, they disappeared. Like, poof, out the mix. Take Monique. She spoke out, won an Oscar, and still ended up blacklisted. Taraji P. Henson, even at her peak, she had to fight for what she deserved. And when she had enough,
how do we do that when we give and we give? Because the big issue with me is I gave, and it's just like I couldn't give enough. Like I know with you can't give enough.
You know what I found? Because I was sitting in this room with these people, and all of these people were wondering, why are you here? Because there was someone over there who had an addiction. There was someone over there who's had another kind of addiction. Why are you here? And I'm sitting there myself going, what? Yeah, why? This doesn't make sense to be here talking to these people. Well, through the course of this time, my time there, what was evident that I immediately pushed back on, it's like, Tyler, you're a caregiver. I was like, yes, I know. And you also leaning on gratitude. I'm like, yes, I know. I'm grateful for everything. But Tyler, what you're doing is you're using both of those things as a crutch. Though you're using the two of those things like these people are using their addictions, because you are not allowing yourself to feel the pain of what you're going through, because you'd rather care for someone else than look at yourself. You'd rather be so thankful and so grateful that you don't even acknowledge that comes along with the pain.
Tyler.
Yeah.
See, so this is that connected to what you just talked about earlier. This disassociation. That's a version of it. That's a minute version of that process.
Yeah.
You just told me something.
Yeah.
Because that's my addiction. I gave. So I'm telling you, it's like, man, it's just I can't give enough.
But all of that was about not looking in.
That's right.
Because yes, if I could just give it, if I take care of you, I take care of you. I don't have to look at taking care of myself. So the beauty I learned, and this thing really shook me up for a minute, because when I realized it and really got it, I stopped doing for everybody. I was like, well, that can't be right either.
There's a middle ground somewhere.
Everybody fired.
But the feeling of the knowledge of understanding what I was doing made a change. Okay, Tyler, you're doing that for them. Then what are you doing for yourself? Let me go over here and take care of myself. And if I want to do that, then I'm going to do that for you. If I don't, I'm not. And I'm still going to be okay with it. Yeah.
And that's, for me, the shame of not, the embarrassment of doing. I was getting ready to buy some land, and I called around everybody, and I was just like, I can't buy this, you know? I called him, and he always give me these good, wise answers. I say, Tyler, I'm thinking about buying this land. What the hell are you waiting for?
Right, what's the problem?
That's what he told me.
What the problem is?
Because you're doing it for everybody else. What about yourself?
Yeah. And one of your quotes, I want to read it. You use up everything you got to give people everything they want. So Nina Simone, that was a quote that you said, one of your favorite quotes.
Yeah, she said you'll use up everything you got trying to give everybody what they want.
Everybody.
She walked away from the game playing nice. These weren't newcomers. These were powerhouse talents. So now, let's bring it back to Lorenz. He didn't beef. He didn't act out. But maybe that's the twist. Maybe staying quiet in an industry that punishes resistance is what got him sidelined too. And this is where things start getting real messy. Let's be real. Hollywood ain't just about talent. It's about connections. And the most powerful ones, you won't catch those on no red carpet or in a late night interview. For years, fans and industry insiders been buzzing about a quiet link between Larenz Tate and Tyler Perry. The kind of behind-the-scenes bond that never goes public, but never really fades either.
All right, so when it comes to just, the women in this movie were really wearing, like, crowns for real. And it was just so beautiful to see that. I mean, how wonderful was it for you to be a part of a film that just embodied that and just the nurturing aspects of just women on screen in general?
You know what? It was a pleasure to see us beautiful. It was a pleasure to see Aunt May. And whenever you saw her, she was on her game, because we've lost that aspect. We've lost that. When you come out your bedroom, baby, you come out together. So I appreciate that was brought back into us. When you see Gabby and Kimberly and Carrie, these women are drop dead gorgeous. But we all had our issues and we all had our strengths. And we never showed the brokenness of whatever we were dealing with. That's what I appreciate about those strong sisters.
When it comes to just the aspect of Danny Glover, just being truly enamored with his wife. We don't see a lot of black men just truly in love with their wives. So talk about just that and the importance of illustrating that on screen.
When you hear Danny Glover say that the most two beautiful people I've ever met in my life is my mother and my father, you understand how he could be Walter Myers. And to see that a black man loved and nurtured his family like that, and to see that black woman nurtured her husband in a way where she knew her place. And people will say, what does that mean? Well, we all have a place and we all have roles, and they knew each other's role and each other's place. That's why I think it was so, I don't want to use the word easy, but I think that's why he was able to hold it together, because he knew he loved her and she loved him. So we know that time is coming. So I think that's why he was able to deal with the way he dealt with it. And I think that's what we really need to see, because oftentimes we don't get a chance to see the patriarch hold it down.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my baby.
Whispers been flying, private meetups, quiet favors, and opportunities that somehow never hit screens. Projects that got pitched, but never got greenlit. Money that maybe changed hands, but left no trace. During Larenz's slow years and when he was barely seen, the word is Perry was slipping him lifelines. A check here, a promised role there, but none of it ever saw the light of day. And it gets even murkier. Folks claim the two went off grid together during chunks of time where Tate basically vanished from the spotlight. Not a sighting, not a headline, nothing. That silence, way too loud. Now, to be clear, there's no hard proof on paper, but what makes people talk is how similar these two are with keeping things under wraps. Lorenz and Tyler, masters of staying low-key, no messy scandals, no tell-all moments, just crickets. But in Hollywood, when you keep things that quiet for that long, it doesn't kill the rumors. It fuels them. Some fans are convinced Tyler Perry was the one keeping Larenz Tate's name floating, but not to help him shine, to keep him contained.
Derek Dixon is suing Tyler Perry for harassment, all of the things. To summarize the lawsuit a little bit, Derek Dixon is accusing Tyler Perry of using his power and his influence to persuade him and groom him to have a relationship with him, and he has not been interested. Now, interesting enough, there is a character that Derek Dixon played by the name of Dale, and he was a small town white guy that was using his looks and was a S worker to provide himself a living. Basically, the character was a S worker. Like, they were doing S work to survive. And from what is saying in the lawsuit is that Tyler Perry wrote that because of his interest around a person like that. To say that you wrote a character in because that is something that you are attracted to goes to the history and the rumors of Tyler Perry and the men that he has hired to be in his plays over the years. There's an infamous episode on the Boondocks that was taken down because Tyler Perry was not happy with it. And in this episode, it was supposed to be Tyler Perry, but it didn't use his name, but the similarities were there. You had this character that started off doing plays and started doing movies and dressed up as an old woman named Medea and all of the things. And in the background, you see the character have these very chiseled men in the background, like these very chiseled men. Going back, watching all the Tyler Perry plays, you remember seeing these actors who weren't the best actors, but they were just there to be eye candy. Like, the men were always very, very desirable, very gym body, very toned, very muscular. They were usually light skinned or dark skinned. Like, that was something that was joked about a lot. And some can argue that Tyler Perry did this because he was trying to get black women in and watching the plays and they want some eye candy. Very well could be said. I mean, it could be argued. That very well could be argued. And seeing that this is not the first instance of a rumor of Tyler Perry having some type of attraction with someone who worked for him. The live stream that Christian Keys did 2 years ago, back in 2023, where he talked about someone very powerful, a billionaire, taking advantage of him. And he did not release a name or never said a name, but he said it's somebody that y'all know and somebody who y'all respect. Now, he never did say Tyler Perry's name. And when people asked him, he said he's not referring to Tyler Perry. He said that shortly after.
Like Perry was handing out just enough crumbs to keep Tate from disappearing completely, but never enough to let him fully rise again. It's like every time Larenz got close to breaking through that ceiling, boom, the door shut, hard. Then there's another theory. Some say there was a fallout. Maybe Larenz didn't want to follow the unspoken rules. Maybe he pushed back against certain industry expectations. Whatever happened, his so-called comeback felt weird, too neat, too staged. It didn't have that raw hunger or energy. It was like somebody was pulling strings behind the curtain, making sure things stayed quiet, too quiet. Now, this next part, it's touchy, but it has to be said, because in Hollywood, these conversations happen all the time, just never where the cameras can catch them. There's a pattern people been calling out for years, especially when it comes to black male actors, mostly comedians.
What I do care about is someone who's been accused of using their power. Like, you've been profiting off of black women pain for the longest. And to find out that you're using the profits off of this to now get men opportunities that you want to sleep with. Like, yes, this is an accusation. Derek Dixon hasn't been to court. This is a lawsuit. This is not any charges or any of it. This is just a lawsuit. And he's bringing forth text messages. I always say this, text messages don't really tell much, because someone can change a name and make it seem as though they're the person who is texting or who was being sued or being accused of things. They can lie. Somebody can just be texting and pretending to be said person. But the conversations in the text message, I'm not going to hold y'all. Looking at them, it really does come off like this could be Tyler Perry. This comes off like it could be Tyler Perry. And if it is Tyler Perry, in these text messages, you see the textbook grooming. You see Derek Dixon not really showing interest in Tyler Perry like that. He's not interested. And Tyler Perry keeps advancing, keeps flirting and asking and requesting for him to flirt back. He's making innuendos and sending pictures like, you don't see this stud. There was one text message where Tyler Perry, the name, texts Derek's phone, and it was a picture of Tyler Perry on the beach somewhere, and he was asking, you don't see this stud? And Derek Dixon text message, from what it seems like he was just not interested like that. And it kind of supports what he's saying in the lawsuit, is that he didn't have any attraction to Tyler Perry. He wasn't interested in any type of relationship other than just having a job. He wanted to have a job, and he did not want to be on the opposite side of Tyler Perry. He wanted to be in good graces with him to get opportunities. This is how these things work. And it's not uncommon. Like, this happens. Like, when we talk about desire, like, this is one of the things where desirability becomes very, very complicated, because Tyler Perry, for all intents and purposes, desired this white man. He was very much interested in him, and he gave him opportunities based off of just that. If that is to be true from what is being said in the text message, if this is Tyler Perry. We don't know. This is all alleged. We don't know if this is Tyler Perry. But what he's saying, it seems as though this person was attracted to him, interested, got him opportunities. Now, while we talk about power dynamics, because we're talking about a multi-millionaire named Tyler Perry, and Derek Dixon is just a random white man who benefits from desire. Tyler Perry still outweighs him a little bit when it comes to power dynamics. And I will argue this wouldn't have been taken as serious from the blogs if this was a black person.
It starts early in their careers, and it always looks the same. A man in a dress, playing a woman, for laughs. On the surface, it's comedy. But some folks believe there's something deeper going on, like a silent gatekeeping ritual, one only a few are willing to pass. And look at the names. Tyler Perry built an empire as Medea, full wig, full dress, but he wasn't the first. Martin Lawrence did Big Mama's House. Jamie Foxx became Wanda on In Living Color. Even Wesley Snipes laced up heels for Tawong Fu. But Katt Williams, he's not here for none of that. He's been real bold about it, saying what most are too scared to whisper.
I mean, I'm a conspiracy theorist to a degree. Like, when I connect dots that maybe shouldn't be connected, I don't know. But certain dots, like when I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, wow, these brothers gotta wear a dress. This happened to me. I'm doing a movie with Martin. Yeah. The movie's going good. So I walk in a trailer. I'm like, man, this must be the wrong trailer because there's a dress in here. They come in. The writer comes in. I think he's the writer. He's like, Dave, listen, we got this hilarious scene where Martin's sneaking out of jail. So he disguises you as a prostitute. And he put this dress on and what? A prostitute? Nah, I'm not doing that. I don't feel comfortable with that. That should have been in the discussion. What? You don't feel comfortable with it? I mean, it's a hilarious bit. All the greats have done it. Oh, well, if all the greats have done it, it's kind of hacky, right? You're right. So why don't we just not do it? because I don't feel comfortable wearing a dress. Oh, come on, Dave, listen, we got it all set up. We're supposed to shoot. Every minute you waste costs this much money. You know, the pressure comes in. Huh. I'm not wearing no dress, man. I'm funnier than a dress. Just give me something funny to say. I don't need to wear no dress to be funny. What am I, Milton Berle? You know, we're going like this. And then finally he's like, and he leaves. And then like the director comes, Dave, it really would be great if you wear the dress. What is wrong? What is this, Brokeback Mountain in here? So, then, like, wear the dress. I don't want to wear the dress. I want to wear this dress. You know what I mean? This is, oh gosh, this guy's so difficult. They leave. Now the producers comes, come on, David would be so great. I mean, and then I started thinking about it. All the comics that I've seen, man, you know, strong brothers, why are they putting us in these dresses? But the minute it was clear, I was adamant, I'm not wearing a dress. I'm not wearing the dress. All right, fine. Think of something else. That comes back 10 minutes later, the whole new scene. Damn, how did you write the scene so fast? You know, it's like, though, you gotta take it.
In Hollywood, there's this rule, not written down, but everybody knows it, especially black men in the game. You can be funny, talented, even brilliant, but if you don't play the roles they expect, if you don't conform, there's a cost. And according to Katt Williams, it's never been about comedy. It's about control. It's about proving you'll do what they say, no questions asked. But here's where things take a turn. Larenz Tate never played that part. He never put on the dress, never leaned into those stereotypes for laughs or approval. And some fans believe that might be exactly why his career slowed down. That quiet fade from the spotlight.
Does it make you mad when people tell Tyler Perry to stop showing those women on camera?
I think that's their own trauma's triggered. Because in the community, black community, we don't deal with it. You know what I mean? So if you're forced to look at it often, you will be triggered. So the first thing you're going to want to say is, I don't want to see it. But there are people out there that need to see it. He's forcing real conversations in the community.
Might not be random at all. It might have been the price. Because in this town, if you don't follow their script, they'll erase you from the scene completely. Now here's another layer. How both Lorenz and Perry guard their personal lives like it's national security. Lorenz has been married to Thomasina Parrott for years, but have you ever seen them together? No red carpets, no IG couple selfies, just silence. And Perry? He's been one of the most powerful names in media for decades, yet he's never publicly confirmed any partner. Nothing. Zero. This level of privacy, it ain't just rare, it's suspicious to a lot of fans. And in Hollywood, mystery doesn't stop rumors. It fuels them. People start asking, is this just about keeping life personal? Or is something being hidden? And this right here, this cloud of secrecy, is exactly where Katt Williams steps back into the conversation and starts talking. Katt Williams has never been scared to shake the table. And when he talks, people listen. He's one of the only ones bold enough to name drop networks, producers, and A-listers he claims are playing dirty on both sides. He don't sugarcoat nothing. And because of that, he's paid heavy. Blackballed, silenced, labeled difficult, but Katt's been warning folks for years, Hollywood don't run on talent. It runs like a secret club. You follow their rules, or you disappear.
I'm just gonna say this, like, I remember when I got nominated for the Oscar, you know, the Oscar run is crazy. The phone is ringing. You gotta be here, you gotta be there. And then the day after the Oscars, the phone stops ringing. Like, it's weird, because it's like, you don't know, your senses, your nervous system is shocked because you're so used to going in, and all of a sudden, nothing.
And all the best invitations and all the things.
Gone. No phone calls. You know who called me? This man right here. To a leading role, not supporting, a leading role. And it was, I can do bad all by myself. You know, people started asking me on my team, why are you going to do a Tyler Perry? I said, well, no one called to offer me a #1 position in the film. He did, and then told me what to ask for. Gave me a quote who I didn't have a quote until this man right here. And so to this day, I don't care how big I get. I don't care how many awards I win. Whenever he calls, I'm there.
Now, Katt's never directly said Tyler Perry sabotaged Larenz Tate. But when he goes off about shady contracts, behind-the-scenes deals, and careers being manipulated, fans been connecting dots on their own, especially when Katt says things like, if you don't do what they want, they'll take everything. Your roles, your name, your whole legacy. That got people asking, Is that what happened to Lorenz? And here's the thing, Hollywood power don't always come loud.
Possible that there isn't anything funnier than a guy in a dress. And if that's the case, then it might also be said that there's nothing funnier than a black guy in a dress. Okay, well, I watched all of my friends throughout my entire life be able to dunk basketball, but not me. So everybody can't do everything. So, you know, some of us make choices. I think it's not a biggest choice for others. I'm saying at the end of the day, Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress-wearing people before him.
Sometimes it hides in fine print, behind closed doors, in those meetings that never get posted, those opportunities you never even knew you lost. Tyler Perry got real weight in this industry. His own studio, his own shows, full control of casting. If you're in his circle, you get work, you get protected, you stay visible. But step out of line, say the wrong no, suddenly your calls stop, scripts dry up, and the spotlight gone, just like that. So what really happened between Larenz Tate and Tyler Perry? Was it all just business? A quiet bond between two private men? Or was there something deeper? Something the public was never supposed to find out?
I've been speaking to my brother about making a declaration of my experience. What I experienced with certain powers that be that were moving inappropriately. And I really, like, it's in my bone marrow to discuss that, because thankfully God built me the way that he built me, but I'm not sure, you know, based on this person's claims and brags, that he's literally got, at the same time this person was harassing me for years. He was claiming, you know, that he had multiple young black men on the payroll, and they just had to show up when he requested them to be there. And clearly that's why it felt to him that it was okay to say these things. And I want to have these discussions. I want to be transparent with y'all about that. I've done my best to forgive this person, but it happens. It happens. It's not just women that have to deal with it, but it's also men sometimes. And it'll be men tempting men. And that's why a lot of my posts over the last few years have been about taking the scenic route, you know, taking the long way around, because if that means that you can carry your integrity with you, then, and it's 11/11. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for another opportunity to connect with you. Please forgive my sins, my shortcomings, my bad decisions, and my mistakes. Please continue to guide and protect us as you can. Everybody that's watching, it's not a presentation. If I see you, love you, let's have a conversation with God. So thank you, Heavenly Father. I appreciate you. We love you. We thank you. In Jesus Christ, name. That's interesting. But there are people that will and have and will continue to, unfortunately, offer these things. And some of them are your heroes. Some of them are people who you're like, oh yeah, such and such is amazing, and he does this and he does that. Yeah, but he also does this and that At some point soon, it's gonna have to come out. I've kept one of these on me since 05. Whether it's a keychain recorder or a pen, because most predators will check your phone. And once the harassment started, I was like, well, I gotta protect me, because I'm saying no, and I don't want this person, as powerful as they are, to try to get in the way of my work.
One thing's crystal clear. Larenz Tate deserved more. More roles, more respect. A legacy that matched the weight of his talent. He had it all. The look, the skills, the star power. So why didn't he reach the heights of his peers? Somewhere along the line, something or someone hit the brakes on his rise. And for fans who've been paying attention, none of it made sense. Until now. Katt Williams been yelling it for years. Hollywood don't just reward talent. It demands loyalty, silence, and unspoken obedience. There's a whole rule book you don't even know you're breaking until it's too late. And if you refuse to play the game, you don't just fall off, you disappear. So now we gotta ask, was Larenz Tate's silence his own decision? Or was it the cost of stepping outside those invisible boundaries they never admit exist? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear everything. Do you think there was more going on behind Lorenz's slow fade? Was it industry politics, power plays, or something deeper? And if you're rocking with The Real, make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss a single twist in the stories they don't want you to hear. We've got more untold truths coming your way. And trust, it only gets messier from here. See you in the next one.